Hi everyone, as some of you know, my name's Kirsty Richardson and I'm an Alexander teacher. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's doing amazing work at this critical time. I just thought I'd offer a 2-minute video for you who are working so incredibly hard on the semi-supine, a good way of how to de-stress, how to calm down the parasympathetic nervous system, and just to breathe, just to take a moment. Ideally, you want to do this for 20 minutes twice a day, but if not once a day, and even if you can only do it for 5 minutes, it's still worth doing. It's a very good reset button and a way of spending time not constantly overriding our system with drinking lots of caffeine and sugary foods. Of course we're going to do that, but when we get home, this would be a really good way to sort of just take a moment for yourself. So, semi-supine. All you need is a flat surface. So you're going to probably do this at home on the floor. So put a blanket down if you've got hard surfaces. And you just need a couple of books about somewhere between 1 inch and 2 inches thick. You won't really know how thick you need them unless you have a one-to-one teacher. But the rule of thumb is that we don't want the chin, when you're lying on them, that the chin is so close to the neck that you feel that you're closing up in the throat here, or that you're lifting your head and you're tilting your chin back and shortening your neck at the back. When you're lying down, your face will just be parallel with the ceiling, and it should feel comfortable. So I would also recommend putting a towel over the top of the books so that you don't get a sore head. Now, when your head is on the books, you're not putting your neck on the book. If you feel with your 2 thumbs around the back, you can feel where the skull is, the back of the skull is. That's the part really between your 2 ears, just a little bit lower, that makes contact with the book. That's where you want to lie down. Okay, so let's have a go. So first of all, you're going to place your feet in parallel position, knees are bent, and you're just going to slide down. You might need to take, if you've got any hair clips or anything like that, like I have, take your hair clips out so you don't get uncomfortable. Now the books are too low here, they're right by my neck, so I'm just going to slide them up until I can feel that they're in the right position. So they're somewhere around here. And my head is comfortable, and then you might want to adjust your feet. I'm just going to bring my heels in a little bit further, and then your hands are going to be placed somewhere on your torso, somewhere comfortable. They're just soft. You're just relaxing your hands, a nice open hand. You're just relaxing the hands, and the elbows are resting. And here you just have a moment to allow the whole body just to come into stillness. So we're just breathing naturally. There's no set way to breathe. You're just breathing naturally. You're allowing the weight of the body to drop onto the floor or onto the table in this case. And you're just here, you're allowing your pelvis to release and softening at the lower back. So there's no worry of damage to the lower back because your knees are bent, and your arms are just comfortable and your hands are on your rib cage. And then once you feel that you're comfortable, you're just going to think about any areas that are feeling tight and just soften into that area. Just think about that soft area and just think of letting go. Same with the facial muscles. We hold a lot of tension in our eyes, even when they're closed, and a lot of tension in our jaw and the front of the throat here. So again, you're just resting and allowing the weight, gravity, just to do the work. And we're just resetting. You can have your eyes open or closed. When you've done your 20 minutes, you might not want to move, but 20 minutes is all that we're suggesting. You're just going to roll over. Resist the temptation to come up like this, because then you immediately go into flicking everything on, and we want to stay in this lovely open lengthened way. So I would suggest you just roll to the side and then push yourself up with your arms and then come to sitting. And just take a moment, or crawling and then sitting and then standing if you're on the floor. Just take a moment before you go into the rest of your day or the rest of your evening. And if you want to know more about the Alexander technique, these are two great books, or you could look on my website.